Boom. All right, everybody, welcome to the World Global Network Business Opportunity Call. My name is Jeff Giamalva, and I am so excited tonight to be able to share with you the excitement behind a company called World Global Network. And what I'm going to do tonight is really give everybody here some valuable information. And I will tell you the information you receive could be applied one of two ways. If you're in the business already, you've made your decision. Here's my challenge to you. Listen to this information as if you had to go out there and relay it. I promise you, you will listen differently. For all the brand new guests that are on this call for the very first time, I have a promise to you. I promise you by the time this is over, this will either make sense to you or it won't. By no means is this designed to try to convince people to do our business. We all believe we have something very special, and all we want to do is share it with you. What I've learned in doing this type of business for 24 years is the right people receive the information and they make a decision very quickly on if this is something they want to pursue or not. That's just been my experience. So let me open up by sharing with you my background and a little bit about my story. My wife, Lisa, and I have been involved in the industry of network marketing now for 24 years. 22 of those years, we've been full-time, which means we've paid our bills and we've lived a rock star lifestyle within the industry of network marketing. But by the way, we've had good years, we've had really bad years, and we've had really, really good years. Welcome to the world of being an entrepreneur. Now, my background is very simple. I didn't go to college, barely made it through high school. At the age of 19, I started working for the largest health and fitness chain in the world. Back in the 80s, the largest fitness chain was called Valley Health Clubs. I started off as a minimum wage employee, making $3.35 an hour. I climbed the corporate ladder, and through 9 years of climbing the corporate ladder, I held every position imaginable for that health club chain. During this time, I've gotten married, started a family, and in my 9th year, I got promoted to Vice President of Sales and Marketing for that health club firm. So from the outside looking in, I gotta tell you, I was proud of my accomplishments. I'm now making a great 6-figure income. I'm working 12, 14-hour days. That's all I ever knew. I knew if you had a good work ethic and you applied yourself, you could accomplish some pretty good things. And here's what happened. After upgrading the house, buying 2 brand new cars, telling my wife to quit her day job, okay, so she could be a stay-at-home mom, 1 year after my promotion, my company went into a corporate downsizing mode, which meant I was gonna not make as much money as I was used to making. So we had to do something to fill that gap. My wife said very clearly, I don't want to go back to work. So she found network marketing 24 years ago. Here was the attraction. She could work it from home, spare time, part-time, and she could supplement our income. I was dead set against this decision because I had a perception. Long story short, 2 years later, the home-based business my wife started retired me. Let me say that again. 2 years later, the home-based business she started, spare time, part-time, retired me. And this is all we've done now together for 24 years. Obviously, that's the short version. You want the long version? Come to Vegas next week. We have an unbelievable conference, okay, that I will tell you will change your perception, okay, on everything you've ever done. Now, here's what happened. I joined my wife full-time in network marketing, and we were with one company for over 16 total years. We became their #1 earners and producers in the world. 7 months ago, we were not looking for an opportunity. 7 months ago, I was working out at the gym, and I received a text message. Please pay attention to this part of the story. I received a text message from somebody I respect a lot. That person's name is Mr. Jeremy Roma. He's now a presidential millionaire within this company. You'll see what that means in a second. But here's the most important part. Because of my respect for Jeremy, I read his text. And here's what it said. It said, "Hey, bro, I see you and Lisa are doing very well in your company, but I want to share with you something I'm very excited about. If you would, please watch this 2-minute video. I would love your opinion." That's what it said. And because I respected Jeremy, I went home and me and Lisa together watched the 2-minute video. And after watching it, almost instantaneously, we both looked at each other and said, this is different. Nobody is doing what this company is about to do. And that intrigued us. And what happened was this. I wanted more information. And when Jeremy did his follow-up call, by the way, very quickly, he gave us more information. And the more information we received, the more excited we got. And so we knew there was something here. But you got to understand something. We had another company. Our money was coming from our other company. Our heart and our vision was now with World Global Network. So prior to making a final, very, very, very tough decision, we had a checklist. And the checklist started with, we had to meet the ownership and the executive team of this company. That's just us. Okay, because if we do it, we're both doing it full time. We had to make sure certain things were in place. The second thing was the product. Yes, I like the initial product. But what were their plans for future product? And the third thing was timing and training. Because I know any company who's ever hit $1 billion had that foundation in place. So the way I do my presentations, everyone, is I walk you through how we made that final decision. And I'm going to tell you what the final decision is, okay, right now. 5 months ago, we left a company that we spent 16 total years with, and we're now full-time with World Global Network. So obviously they passed the test, but let me share with you how and the information I received to get us to make that decision. So first thing is this. I want everybody, if you would, to please remember this statement as I do this presentation. Because I know that a lot of us we might disagree on some things tonight, but I don't think anybody's going to disagree on whether or not Mr. Bill Gates is successful. Understand how successful people think. Here's what he says. The secret to success is to detect where the business world is going and get there first. Please remember that, because I think World Global Network embodies this quote. So here's what we did. We flew to Miami, Florida, and we met with Mr. Fabio Galdi. He's the owner and CEO of World Global Network. What a great story. And we instantly hit it off because we're both Italian. But I will tell you, that's where the similarities ended, because he's a technology guy, I'm sales and marketing. But I want you to understand a little bit about this company. It was founded in 2011. I'll fill that gap in later. But I want you really, more importantly, to really look at his bio. From founding the second largest ISP in Italy in 1994, to introducing one of the first touchscreens in 2002, to actually developing one of the first successful voice over IP platforms. So from a technology standpoint, okay, he had it down. But I got to tell you, this went right over my head. When you're talking to me about ISPs and LSDs and ISP and VoIPs, I'm thinking you're talking about drugs. I have no idea what he's even talking about. Okay, but here's what got me. Okay, what got me was this. And by the way, that was not a politically correct statement. I can't believe I'm recording this, but you know what? Who cares? Okay, here's the deal. Here's what got me. We're sitting at lunch, and we're sitting there, and he starts to talk about the industry of network marketing. He says, Jeff and Lisa, I know you've been in the industry a long time, but understand last year, the entire industry did $186 billion in sales. Wow. He said, but if you really break that down, it comes from 3 categories of companies. The first one I was very familiar with. It's all the companies that deal with the nutritional supplements. That's where I lived for 24 years. And there's hundreds of companies. And everybody has a weight loss product. And everybody has an energy drink. And everybody has a super juice. Nothing wrong with it. It's just what it is. Your second category are your health and beauty type companies. Have you heard of Avon, Mary Kay, Nu Skin? These are multi-billion-dollar companies. And quite frankly, they all have similar products and they compete in that same space. And then you have your service companies. Financial services, telecommunications, travel. But here's what got me. Please pay attention to this. He said, Jeff and Lisa, I'm not looking to copy what everybody else is doing. I have determined that the network marketing world can no longer ignore technology. More specifically, wearable technology, and I'm going to get there first. For me, you may think this is corny. That was my mic drop moment. I believed my 24 years at that moment brought us to this time and this place. We always wanted to be a pioneer, pioneering a whole new category into the industry of network marketing. So I gave this right then and there a check mark. The leadership and the vision was there. Then he went on to talk about that his company was publicly listed. Now let me tell you what that means for all of us on this call. Can you imagine you're going to be able to participate in a very lucrative compensation plan? I'm going to walk you through that. But can you also vision being part of a company going from where we are to 2 billion? And to put a little cherry on the top of that one, you could participate in a stock option program that as you climb the compensation plan, they release shares of stock to you because we're all pioneers over the next 18 months. That's what we're doing. We're putting together the leadership team. And that leadership will be financially rewarded because you will be vested in the company as a whole. And our goal is to take it from where we are to 1 billion. And people say, well, that's aggressive. No, we just launched North America. And the reason you see us going from 1 billion to 2 billion, we're able to operate in 195 countries. I want you all to understand, because some of you may not have any experience in network marketing. Let me put it to you this way. The company I left after 16 years was still only in 9 countries. Why? Because when you have a consumable product, you have to get your product approved. Many times they don't approve your product. Many times they make you reformulate it. Over here, you don't have to get technology approved. So what does that mean for you? It means if you decide to take advantage and join this family, okay, I want you to think about people you know. Yes, of course, in your local area. But think about people you know in different cities, different states, and different countries. Right now, I know without a doubt, because I know who's on the call, we have people representing Australia, Portugal, Canada, Italy, Germany, and the UK. That's what I do know. And I want you to understand something. You got to catch this. I am broadcasting this right now from my home office in Laguna Beach, California. Do you understand? Tonight, my business will expand, and I'm doing a home meeting through a Zoom. My business will expand internationally without employees and without infrastructure costs. So this is what this means for all of you. And here's how we're going to do it. It's called wearable technology. And let me tell everybody, I had no idea what this was 7 months ago. If you would have said wearable technology to me, I would think you're wearing an iPad around your neck. What? Wearable technology? So I had to get up to speed. So I read an article in Forbes magazine that talks about this will be a $34 billion market by 2020. Time magazine says wearable tech will change your life, like it or not. Business Insider says the end of the smartphone era is coming. So let me tell you the one that really hit me between the eyes. And I'm going to age myself here, but it doesn't matter. Even though I'm 55 years old, I still think like I'm 18. Okay, here's what I remember. I remember in 1984. Does anybody remember when the first cell phone came out? It was 1984. And the phone looked like a brick. It was about a foot long. It weighed about 20 pounds. And I promise you, when that first came out, everybody said, that'll never duplicate. Who's going to carry around a 20-pound brick? Let me ask everybody here a question. Did this not change our lives? This is what exactly they're talking about is going to happen with wearable technology. And we're first to market wearable technology in the industry of network marketing. Now, don't just take my word for it. For all the people in the US, have you been to Target lately? Go to Target, go to Best Buy. I went to Best Buy today to the Geek Squad to take my computer, okay, because something was wrong with my computer. There's an aisle now dedicated to wearable technology in both those major retail stores. It's already starting to happen. But I'm going to say it again. We're first to market this in the industry of network marketing. And here's how we're going to do it. It's called the Hilo. It is the most advanced wearable on the market. I hope, and I really do pray, everybody here watch the 2-minute video. If you were able to watch that 2-minute video, I want you to understand this. That will become your best friend. That's all we do. All we do to show people what Hilo does is we send them a 2-minute video. After watching the 2-minute video, some people make decisions to become consumers. Some people will make decisions to become business partners. And guess what the other people will do? Nothing. Doesn't matter. All we do is give information to people. And that's what the 2-minute video does. If you haven't watched the 2-minute video, let me explain how I look at Hilo. It's like having a doctor with you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Because it keeps you in tune with everything going on in your body. Look what it does. You guys could all read from your blood pressure to your heart rate to performing an EKG, sleep quality, breath rate, emotions, fatigue, steps, calories, guardian function, panic button. That's what it does today. Do you remember the second thing I had to get answered? It was the product. I wanted to know what their plans were for future products. So let me share with you. I'm sitting there and I said, okay, tell me what's going on. I know Hilo is great. I love the results I'm getting. But tell me your plans for future product. Here's what he said. He said, Jeff, here's the best analogy. iPhone, Hilo. He said, what version of the iPhone is out right now? I said, iPhone 7. He says, doesn't iPhone 7 have more features than 6? And doesn't 6 have more than 5? And when the iPhone 8 comes out, won't people line up to be the first ones to get the iPhone 8? We all know the answer. He said, that's Hilo. He says, Jeff, technology changes sometimes daily. As technology changes, so will the features of the Hilo. And whether that change comes from a firmware update, just like you get updates on your phone, or whether it comes from a whole new device. As features are entered into our product, it actually enhances the value of the helo. I love the answer. In other words, he understood where the industry was going. And I'm going to give you all a sneak peek of what's about to happen with this product. Some of you are going to be the first ones. Some of you are going to be the first ones to see what's about to happen here. Okay, now, let me tell you a feature everybody loves. Ready? How many people have a loved one that maybe has some medical challenges? That if you could monitor them, you would. Let me give you an example. My dad had triple bypass surgery. We have to watch his blood pressure. So since I bought a family pack, and you'll see what that means in a second, I bought my dad a helo. And now I can monitor my dad's blood pressure from my helo. I could actually go into settings and put, if my dad's blood pressure goes above this amount, please notify me and my sister. What's that worth, everyone? Think. How many things could be prevented if you knew something was going on prior to something catastrophic happening? Have you ever heard of early warning signs? I believe this is what this product does. Now watch this. If something does go wrong, there's a panic button. Panic button is pressed. Right there, panic button. I press that 2 times. All the guardians I have listed are notified of exactly the time the panic button was pressed and the exact GPS location sent to them of where I was when I sent it. Now think about kids to your grandparents. And the last feature are these health-enhancing stones that are embedded into the band of the helo. They're called germanium stones. Here's what I love everybody to do after this call. Google the benefits of germanium stones. That's how it's spelled. You will be absolutely amazed at the benefits. From increasing circulation, to a better quality of sleep, natural antioxidant, great, balancing your body's ions for daily stress. But do your own research. And I will tell you, germanium stones do work. But right now, there's no comparison. None. People always ask me, Jeff, how does this compare to that Fitbit? How about Garmin? Doesn't Apple have a watch? Yes, yes, and yes. But look what they do versus us. If you go apples to apples, okay, there's no comparison. But see, here's the other thing. Which other product pays you? See, a lot of you are on this call because you want to know about the financial benefit that comes with marketing this product. Well, we're the only product that gives you a financial benefit. See, we have a business attached to our product. And this product, by the way, has gotten national press this year. From being featured on Fox News nationally, look at the segment, Technology Trends That Will Dominate 2017, to being featured at the largest consumer electronics show in the world called CES. So it's all been really an unbelievable opportunity for the last 10 months. Now, let me tell you what's happened. In 10 months, we've made quite a splash, mainly in Asia, because the company, you'll see, really launched in Asia 10 months ago. But let me tell you what's happened. We've built a pretty big consumer base. And I want to share with you one of our newest products. And I want to share with you where we are now. In 10 months, look where we rank. This was just released in Thailand. I was at the national conference 2 weeks ago, and we're now number 4 with most smart band devices sold in the world. And we're 10 months old. There's no doubt Fitbit's number 1 by a long shot. Garmin's number 2, Samsung's number 3. Look who's number 4. Oh, this little company, after 10 months. Listen, everyone, no doubt we will be number 2 by the end of next year. And there's no doubt because they won't be able to compete. Because when you pay people to market your product, there's better value here. So understand, this is what's happening. And like I said, mostly in Asia. But now that we built this base, let me share with you one of our newest products. Now, let me share with you this. Stay with me. Helo works here. It reads all your vitals here, but it reports your vitals to your cell phone. So Helo's an app. So if I go to my Helo app, I click it, I could tell you right now and read to you all my vitals. All of them. They're there. They're going to come up right now. Boom. So I could tell you right now, my heart rate as I'm speaking to you is 54 beats. My blood pressure right now is 125/73. Healthy boy, right? I could tell you how I slept last night. Okay, I know this is right because I went to the Yankee game and I got home late. I slept 4 hours and 32 minutes. Am I not reading all my vitals through my cell phone? Where am I going with this? Listen, what does everybody now know about their cell phone? Don't we all know, regardless of where you are in the world, we shouldn't answer our cell phone like this. We tell women, don't put it here, and we tell men, don't put it in your pocket. Why? Don't we all now know, fact, cell phones throw off radiation? Look at our newest product. It's called BioZen. Scientifically and medically proven to reduce the harmful effects. Here's the new buzzword now. You're going to hear a lot about this. It's called electrosmog. When I was growing up, it was called air pollution. The new air pollution is electrosmog because our homes are now littered with these devices. Many homes have multiple cell phones. They have laptops, they have routers, they have iPads. All these devices throw off radiation. So this is a sticker that goes on any one of your devices. You could see it right here, and it blocks the radiation. Do you think there's a marketplace for this? So this is one of our newest products. Now, pay attention because it gets better and better as I change every slide. This was a press release that came out. And the press release was introducing in the 4th quarter of this year, world's first wearable, non-invasive, continuous blood glucose estimation technology using our wristband called the Helo. Do you understand how big this is? In North America alone, forget about the rest of the world, if we capture 1% of this market, oh, by the way, the market I'm talking about, how many people out there are diabetic? How many people are type 2? How many people don't even know they're diabetic? If we capture 1% of this market, just with this feature, we're a $2 billion company. Game over. This is hot news. This was a press release, and the whole idea between now and the release of this is to build a very big consumer base. And this is why we're sharing with you this information. So now we've also, in Thailand 2 weeks ago, we're now also launching next month our first Android-based cell phone. Doesn't Apple have a phone and a smartwatch? Doesn't Samsung have a phone and a smartwatch? Well, we now have an Android phone that works with any service of your choice, one of the biggest screens on the market, dual cameras, 4-day battery life. How about that one? And here's something not even Apple or Samsung at this point can market. We have a phone that is electrosmog free. In other words, the BioZen that we sell is built into the phone. So understand what we're doing. We're building a base of people with helos, but we're offering them more products to purchase. And I haven't even gotten to the best part. Because if you catch this one, you're probably going to have a tough time sleeping tonight. And I'm not being hypey. Okay, this is just me. When you meet me, this is just me. Okay, let me share with you what's coming. And let me set it up this way. Apple has now been in the cell phone business about 10 years. You know who their biggest competitors were when they first got involved? Nokia and Motorola. They had the biggest market share. When Apple came in, they really had nothing different that was going to put them head and shoulders above the competition, except for they had this app store. They had an app store that if you bought an Apple phone, you had access to their app store. And you could download these apps with many features. Some were free and some cost money. The ones that cost money produced microtransactions for Apple. They started with about 100 apps. Fast forward today. Nokia and Motorola are almost non-existent in the cell phone business. Apple is number one, and they now have, listen, 2.2 million available apps. That produces $3 billion a week in revenue for Apple through microtransactions. 2.2 million apps produces $3 billion a week for Apple. Okay, Jeff, what does that got to do with me? I'm glad you asked, because we just introduced our first Apple Helo App Store. You got to understand the concept here, guys. If someone gets involved in the business, we send them a 2-minute video because we want to get helos on wrist. When a helo gets on somebody's wrist, they now have access to our app store. And the concept is we will have hundreds of available apps that they can download. Some will be free, and some will produce microtransactions that we get paid on. And how are we going to get the best available apps? We've just now opened up an open API, which means we're inviting app developers to submit their apps to our company. If approved, the app developer gets 30% of all the revenue generated, and we share in the rest. We will have hundreds of apps. I just put an ATM on everybody's wrist. Now let me ask you, let me show you what's about to come. This next slide will show you our founder on the stage in Bangkok, Thailand, introducing the concept of our app store. What if the glucose measurement was an app? How many people download that app? Would it matter what the price was? And how many people in your group buy the app? Bring microtransactions. By the way, the glucose measurement has a patent pending. What if there was an alcohol sensor app? Right? You're at the bar, right? And all of a sudden, you're notified that there's an alcohol sensor app that you could download for $5. Concept. How many people download that app? Bring microtransactions. How about a fertility prediction app? Telling a woman if she's ovulating. That's a real app. How about flu detection? Now watch this one. How many people would download a mosquito shield app? This is just the start. You got to understand where we're going with this. This right here is what we are doing with World Global Network that nobody else has done in the industry. You're looking at a pioneer in the industry. And that's why we made our decision based on that gentleman's vision. So now let me translate, or I should say transition into the money side of this. Okay? Now, I don't know what everybody here is looking for. Okay, some people may be looking to supplement their income. And that's how most people start. They're not going to quit their day jobs. They're going to do this about 4 to 6 hours a week. And they're going to do it to make an extra $500 to $1,000 a week. Because let me ask you all a question. What would an extra $2,000 to $4,000 a month mean for most people? Then some people say, you know what? I want to make a career change. If I could replace my current income, I'll do this full-time, Jeff. And then some people go, why not me? Why could I not become financially independent? You want the answer to the last one? It's probably because you have not aligned yourself with an opportunity that will allow you to become. It's real simple. I could have stayed with Bally's for 50 years. I can never get rich. Bally's mission plan was not to make me financially independent. So let me share with you now our income opportunity. And before I do that, I'm going to really share with you from the bottom of my heart my favorite slide. Everybody listening to me, I didn't come over here, okay, not to have a company that was going to be here for the future. Because you have to understand something. This is a legacy company. You know what you earn here? A big part of what you earn is residual income. And that could be passed down to your kids or to your grandkids. Well, in order to do that, you have to have a company that's going to be around for 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years, like Amway. And to do that, we have to make sure we dot every I and cross every T. So can I share with you my favorite slide now? It's our income disclosure. And when you understand why we read this, this is our protection, because we know we have one of the greatest opportunities we've ever seen in 24 years. And I'm going to read it to you. Practicality dictates that everyone's results will vary, as we are all unique and different. Basically, it takes hard work to make a substantial income in this business. Some people will make no money at all. The earnings of a World Global partner will be 100% dependent upon their skills, work effort, commitment, leadership capabilities, and market conditions. I love this next one. Ready? Common sense would suggest that in most opportunities, one would find exceptional individuals performing well above average, while others perform under the average. World Global Network does not guarantee any level of income or your success. To see our full income disclosure, please visit our website at www.worldgn.com. Now, the reason this is my favorite slide, because it's a protection for all of us as we introduce other people to our business. Okay, so now that I've shared with you the income disclosure, let's talk about some of the success stories. And I want to fill in this gap here. I told you earlier in my presentation that this company was founded in 2011. They came on the scene with two products, voice over IP and a phone. And they did it in Northern Europe, Northern Africa, and the Middle East. And that put World Global Network on the map, doing well above $300 million in their first 5 years. Last year in April, you got to watch the timeline now, is when Mr. Fabio Galdi made a decision to change direction. He said, I see this void in wearable technology, remember, and I want to get there first. And he shared that vision with this couple in April of 16. It was actually Chinita that bought into that vision. And then they launched Hilo. The other two products were no longer. They launched Hilo into Thailand in June of last year. And in 10 months, this couple has made over $5 million. They received their $5 million ring at the conference 2 weeks ago. They are now the #4 income earners in the entire world of network marketing. And we now have 7 of the top 100 come from this company. I got my ring in Thailand. Okay? I'm telling you, we've never seen anything quite like this. Remember that income disclosure. So let me walk you through now how we make money. And this company made a very strategic decision in the beginning. And they understood that we were going to be a consumer-based driven opportunity. We got to get helos on wrist, right? But we also know not everybody that has a helo on their wrist wants to build a business with it. Some consumers just want to be consumers. So they made a decision not to have a joining fee. But every customer who buys the product, whether they use it or not, gets a website. Because the company knows if that person is asked about their product, because they're always asked when you see this on someone's wrist, since you can't buy at a retail store, they could send people to their website as a customer. And if that person buys the product, they receive a 10% thank you in the form of a commission. I've never had customers introducing other customers who were introducing other customers unless they were involved in the business. And you may ask yourself, why is that? Because there's no risk, there's no joining fee. From my standpoint, because I am building network marketing, here's what I love. And we have a window for this, by the way. No competition, zero congestion. Remember I told you I came from supplements? Do you know how many other companies had a weight loss product? Our flagship product was weight loss. 300 plus other companies had weight loss. Over here, we have zero competition at this moment. But understand, there will be competition because we're the talk of the industry. And I believe we have an 18-month head start above anybody that will even think about competing with us. So that's the urgency, and that's why people who get involved in the beginning have a better opportunity. And for the next 18 months, we will be putting together the foundation of this company. So that's the first step. So let me walk you through all the different ways we earn money. And I'm not here to make you compensation plan experts. I just want you to get the concept. We believe in getting people to make money fast. So the first income is called immediate income. It's if someone buys a product through your website, you make 10%. If someone buys one of our optional promotional packages, you make 10%. That's paid weekly. The second way you earn money is by making a percentage off what your teams do. This is where it starts to get lucrative. Everybody starts their team with 2 people. And through 2 people who find a few people who find a few people, you start to build these 2 teams. So here's what happens. The company takes a snapshot of the total volume of your 2 teams every week. This is paid weekly. And they look at the dollars done on your 2 teams. And they pay you up to 20% of the matching dollars on your 2 teams. Very lucrative because it's paid down infinite levels. And when you pay down infinite levels, you have to cap it. And I'm going to share with you now what the weekly cap is on this commission. The most you can make on income 2, and I always laugh, is $600,000 a week. It's the most you can make on income 2. Okay? Obviously, they came up with that number because they believe that will be done. And that couple I just showed you, not too far away from that. Income 3, check matching. Concept. Everybody you personally bring in lives on your first level. You're not limited. Just like if you had 4 kids, that's your first level, right? Those kids have kids, that's your second level grandkids. Well, World Global Network, you can have as many kids as you want, and it doesn't take 9 months to give birth. So as of today, we have, me and Lisa, we have brought in 77 people. Every time one of those people that we personally brought in earns money, we make 10% of what they earn. It doesn't come out of their pocket. The company pays me a 10% check matching bonus. And that could get paid through 10 levels of each person. Income 4, residual income. Here's all I'll say to the end on this one. A big part of our income is residual. And our residual is based on a loyalty membership. And the loyalty membership that we have here has an unbelievable retention rate, and you'll understand why in a few moments. Income 5, car bonuses and VIP trips. Qualify at a certain level every month, get $1,000 a month towards the car of your choice. VIP trips. We just got involved. We've already been to Dubai, Thailand. We're going to Italy in September. These are the type of trips you can qualify for. And income 6, do not underestimate this, our leadership stock incentive program. Unbelievable. What's not on here is a new program they just introduced. I got to tell you, because I've never seen it in the industry. If you qualify at one of the top levels once in the next year, you get access to a private jet 365 days a year for 1 year, private jet access. I know it sounds crazy. It's our luxury incentive program for people that hit one of the top levels. I just had to throw that in there because that was just announced. Okay, now, here's the concept I want you all to get, guys. Please take this in right here, because this is what we're all going to do. We want to build a base. Every single person on this call, you're going to build a base of people, and we want to get helos on wrist. And you say, well, how am I going to get helos on wrist? 2-minute video. That's it. So concept, you went out there, you sent the 2-minute video, and let's say you got 2 people. You put one left, one right. They represent your 2 teams. You share with them how to share the 2-minute video, and they get their 2. And they share the 2-minute video, and they get their 2. You start to build this base through some form of geometric progression. Does it work perfectly? No, obviously, not everybody gets 2. I got 77. Some people get none, but some form of this happens. And as you build this base over time, whether that be 12 weeks, 12 months, really makes no difference. Every time someone on your team buys a helo, you make money. Someone buys the BioZen or one of our phones, you make money. How about this one? Every time someone downloads one of our apps that produces microtransactions, you make money. The company will introduce different types of products. We build the base of consumers and people that want to build a business. And this is the concept of our company. But the key to our company is getting helos on wrist. So here's what happens. Remember I told you every week they total the dollars? So you have a base of people purchasing product every week. And once the total dollars through your entire team equals any one of these numbers in points, you're then able to climb the compensation plan, which releases more percentages deeper into your organization. Real simple. The more business that's done through you and your team, the higher the rank, the more perks. So let me show you what everybody's initial plan is. But before I get to that, I want to make sure you know we have people who have hit every single rank in this short period of time. The rank that we now know we can duplicate very quickly is getting everybody to the diamond rank. A diamond does 10,000 points on a weekly cycle. Points are determined based on the package, based on the product they choose to buy. And once 10,000 points are done in your pay leg, you've hit the diamond level. And on one bonus, you make 20% of that. What's 20% of 10 grand, guys? See, since I showed you the income disclosure, and since you're remembering that, that's 2 grand a week. What's 2 times 4? That's 8,000 a month. Would that make a difference for you? That's the first business plan we're going to show you. because most people achieving that are doing this spare time, part-time. Now, obviously, through that income disclosure, okay, it takes effort, and we're going to show you what that effort is. But we're going to show you that plan and work very closely to help you achieve that plan. And here's how it starts. You pick a package. 3 steps to success. First thing is, if someone wants to become just a consumer, they buy a single helo. So the person watches the video, they go, I just want the product. They buy a box set, it's $319. They get their helo, they get their website, and they're able to participate in the pay plan. That's normally what a consumer will buy. If someone wants to build the business, they're either going to choose normally a family pack or a premium pack. Okay? Why? It's a one-time purchase. So let's just use premium pack. Why would someone buy a premium pack? It's $19.99. You get 5 helos and 1 free. Now, the reason why is because I bought a business. And I wanted to make sure my family was on the product. So here's how I did it. I have one. My wife has one. My dad, who has high blood pressure, gave him one. My wife's mom and my 2 kids. There we go. There was my 6. I wanted my family, not only could I monitor them, but I also have them marketing the product from my new company. Well, duh, right? Now, some people say, well, I'm just going to use 1 for me. What do I do with the other 5, Jeff? Sell them. If you sold 5, don't you have your money back? Yours was free. You got a business now free and clear, and you never have to go back and repurchase the inventory again. And I always tell people, if you can't see yourself retailing 5 helos, how the heck are we going to become financially independent together? So that's the premium pack. I have a lot of people recouping their cash very quickly and netting $2,000 to $4,000 in their first month. If someone can't buy the premium pack, they buy the family pack. What's the difference? They get 4 helos and 1 free versus 5 and 1 free. And the premium pack comes with 6 boxes of bands. In each box are 5 new colorful bands that you could change the look. The family pack gives you 1 box of bands. But they both, very key, able you to receive the weekly max. There's no cap if you buy the family pack or premium pack. So that's how people get started. And then if you want to add the BioZen, you add the BioZen to any one of the packages. So I'm getting people to think you're a business owner, you're buying a business, and you need the product. But you could start wherever you'd like to. That's the first step. Then I want you to understand the loyalty membership. This is a form of our residual, guys. Some of you will understand this. In a lot of companies, they make you stay on an auto ship of a product, and they make you receive the product every month. Well, since you're not buying helos every month, our residual is based on a loyalty program that, by the way, is optional and there's no contract. It's $59 a month. Now, what do you get for $59? First thing you get is you get $75 back worth of spendable points. These points accumulate. So at the end of the year, you'd have 900 spendable points. What do you do with them? You go to the World Global Network store and you could buy any of the new gadgets that are in the store. You want the newest cell phone on the market? You can buy it with your points. You want the latest, greatest helo that was introduced? You could buy it with your points. Whatever new products are in the store, you could take your points that have more value than what you put into it, and you could buy whatever product you want. First thing. Second thing, you get the LifeLog and Pro app that links all your devices together to monitor your loved ones. And by the way, if you buy a package with multiple helos, like the premium pack, you're not spending $59 times 6. $59 covers all. You get a protection plan. Something happens, you're protected with the product. You get a lot of cloud storage. You get a webinar service if you want to communicate with your team for free. The big one is you get 1% cash back based on what your company does for the year. This is like an infinity bonus because every week, every month, your team's doing business. Whatever that volume is at the end of the year, they give you 1% back. Let me put it in perspective. Let's just say, for argument's sake, because I want you to get this part, this is retention. Let's say you made, concept, $120,000 with us for the year. Well, that means your team on your pay leg did $600,000 in business for the year. It's not a lot of business. What's 1% of 600,000 at the end of the year? $6,000. Because you're on loyalty, they're paying you 1% based on what your entire team did. Oh, you can't see yourself making 120? Do you think with everything I've laid out to you, you can make $30,000 here this year? That means your team did $150,000 in business. That means you have 1,500 hours waiting for you. Did it not pay for your $59 a month? You got to understand why this is so powerful, because our residual is based on retention. Who would get off the loyalty program? Because everybody that gets on it, you're getting paid on. You're making about $6 per person per month through our loyalty program. And all you have to do is enroll one loyalty member and you remain qualified every month. I can honestly tell you, everybody who's building in my team is on loyalty. Are you kidding? So that's the loyalty membership. So guys, that's the presentation. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. For the people that wanna understand really how to build it, I'm gonna take a 15-second break because this is being recorded, and I'm gonna go into how to structure your company. If you have to jump off, I understand. Get with the person that got you on the call, pick your package, let them show you our simple 2x2 program on how to get you started very quickly. Guys, we have something called a business that is based on team development. And the faster you make a decision, the better your opportunity. So if you like what you've seen, get with the person that got you on the call, get started, and I look forward to being able to help you grow your business, because we conduct these every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday at this time. Many leaders do these types of trainings, and we have these recorded. So with that, give me 15 seconds, and if those people who really want to understand how to structure their company and build this correctly, hang on. I'll be back in 15 seconds, literally, because I'm going to get a drink of water, and I'm going to show you how to build your team. Okay? I'll be right back, everybody. 15 seconds. Count it down. All right, 10 seconds. All right, let's do this. All right, so someone gets started. Now, I'm talking to the serious people now, because we're here, guys. Listen, we are in a global expansion mode. And I'm telling you right now, we have people that have contacts all around the world. And so there's a lot of people on this call that say, I want to go fast. So here's how you go fast. You pick your package. And now if you're asking me, I'm going to tell you to buy the premium pack and the BioZen, because you're going to set yourself up for success. You're going to get on loyalty. Okay? And now structure is important. Now, before I get into the structure, I want you guys to really understand what some people think I'm just purchasing the product. No, no, no. Do you know what you're really getting here? You're getting an opportunity to own your own business without traditional overhead. I have no employees, I have no infrastructure costs, and I get the same tax advantages of any other business. I work with people to show them how to make immediate income. I don't know what you're looking for, but if you could cover a car payment or a mortgage payment or a child's tuition on a spare time, part-time basis, would that make a difference? It's being driven by this wearable tech market that I just went through. Here's what I was looking for. I was looking for a way to be paid what I was worth. I didn't like the glass ceiling working for somebody else. But I knew one thing. After 14 years with a corporate company, I had no residual income. I had a 6-month severance package. See ya. Over here, true time freedom and money freedom is not about trading time for dollars. It's about building residual income. And here's how we do it. You're going to be part of a system for success that provides you a system you could leverage and personal and group coaching that you can count on to help you build a business, turnkey programs, weekly calendar of events, and a social media platform. So when you're making that decision, it's much more than getting 5 helos and 1 free. Okay? It's about understanding what's wrapped around our product. Now, understanding that, to get to where you want to go, there's 2 things you have to do. First thing we want to do is help you get to team builder. This is where you really want to pay attention. In a lot of companies, they make you jump through hoops every month to maintain your percentage. Here, once you do what I'm about to show you, you've locked in 20%. You start at 10 until this is done. Now, what do you have to do? You got to build through 2 people. You got to bring 2 people in and drive 450 points through 2 people. Points are determined based on the package somebody chooses. If someone chooses a single pack, there's 100 points. If someone chooses a family pack or above, there's 500 plus points. So if you brought in a family pack or above left and a family pack or above right, you've done the requirement and you've locked in your 20%. Okay, now, what if someone doesn't buy a family pack? Then the points accumulate over any length of time until you do 450 personal points on each side. Now, what I just shared with you is for the people in North America, Canada, and Europe. If you're outside of that, all you have to do is buy a family pack and get your 2 people, and you got your 20%. But I want to make sure you know that if someone doesn't buy the 2 family packs or above, the points accumulate. Now, watch this. That's what the compensation plan says. But I want you to understand how this works. So here's what we did. These first 2 people that you bring in, this is like beachfront property, guys. Because you understand when you bring your first person in, they go here. Mr. Smith, can you see my writing on the screen? Can you see 1 and 2 there? Okay, perfect. So if you bring your first 2 people, 1 goes here, the second person goes here. Where's your third person go that you bring in? Under 1. Sometimes 1 doesn't even know 3, but they benefited from 3. Your 4th person goes here. Your 5th person you bring in goes here. So you're building 2 teams. And it goes on and on. So do you think the first 2 people you bring in, this is valuable property? So can I tell you what we did? Listen, here's why I did this. I want you to understand building. I want to make sure I was making my 20% day 1. I could not have 1 minute of one day where I wasn't making my 20%. So I put my daughter, Jenna, here, and I put my daughter, Jessica, here. Why? Why? Because I'm building a multi-million-dollar business, guys. I didn't come over here to play around. Who do you think I want to benefit from that? A stranger or my family? So for me, I was fortunate. My daughter, Jenna, she's into this. She bought her own family pack. My other daughter, Jessica, not as ambitious, I bought her family pack. I didn't buy it for Jessica. I bought it because I wanted my 20%, but I want to position my daughter, Jessica, to sit on top of everything I'm going to build. So now she has thousands of people underneath her. You think she's maybe now a little interested? And everybody I brought in after them were the people closest to me. You structure as many people as you can as you start to build this, if you're going to really build it. So I accomplished two things. I gave everybody in my family and my closest friends an opportunity. I got my 20%, and I knew they were going to be able to benefit from the growth of this unbelievable company that's going worldwide. So I'm talking to you as I would talk to anybody, because I know a group dropped off. Now I'm talking to you differently. Get this done quickly. We got this done in 5 minutes, guys. It was not even a thought process. Now, once you have this structure, now all you've done, you've locked in your 20%. So congratulations. You'll never earn less than 20%, the maximum. Now all you have to do is help those two people get their two. Because then I had to become team developer. This is the only thing I had to do next. I had to help my daughter Jenna get her two. I didn't have to help my daughter Jenna. She got her two very quickly. But my other daughter, remember, who was dormant, I had to get her two. Because I had to become team developer, because until I became team developer, I couldn't qualify for everything. Matching check, car bonuses, VIP trips. So we got this done in our first day. I'm just telling you, us. Most people take a week. It doesn't matter. You just need to know how to do it. You teach two how to get two. You're done. You're structured to maximize the comp. Now, you want the good news, everyone? If you're brand new, we're going to help you do this. I want to create success stories. So if I brought somebody into the business, I'm going to work with them to get them to team developer. So since this is being recorded, I'm going to ask once. If someone wants to participate, I'm going to do it. Who's a guest tonight? Use your chat. Tell me if you're a guest, and I'm going to show you how I would bring somebody into the business. Because you guys need to understand this. If not, I'll just use a person on the screen. Who's a guest tonight? I'll give it 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. McKay, are you a guest? Mr. Smith, are you a guest? No, okay. All right, there we go. We got one. Who is it? All right, we got Trish. Okay, so Trish, I'm going to ask you 2 questions. Stay close to your chat. 3 questions. First of all, who invited you on the call tonight? And Trish says, I was invited by David. Okay. Now, David, hopefully you're on the call. If not, I'm going to sponsor Trish tonight just for this illustration purpose. Don't freak out. I'm not taking Trish from you. Okay. But I want to show you how I would sponsor Trish. If I brought somebody onto this call, I would know she was on, and I would call her immediately after the call. And I'd say, Trish, wasn't that exciting? Let me ask you a question, Trish. If you started the business with us, would you start with a single, family, or premium pack? And Trish says, I would start with it's my last question, single. Okay, so she says single. Okay, I would say, okay, Trish, so you're going to become just a consumer of the product? You just want the product? And we would go back and forth on that. Or do you want to build a business? And she says, I just want to, this is real time, guys. Everybody's doing this right here. I want to build. Okay, so Trish, can you build with a single? Of course you can. But I'm going to give you some advice. Figure out how to buy a family pack or a premium pack. Now, guys, if she can, she can. But I'm going to give her the advice because I know she's going to need the product. So let's say she can't. I say, okay, Trish, I'm sending you my website right now. Click on it, put all your information in, and buy your pack. So let's say she does it. Do you know what happens? Okay, what happens is my phone dings. And I'll answer any question she has. She just asks, what's the difference between family pack, premium, and single? You're not mad. There's no cap, Trish. You don't want to be capped. That's why people buy it. And you're going to need the product. So let's say she puts all her information in, my phone dings, I know Trish got started. So I call her immediately back and I say, Trish, welcome to the team. I'm so excited. I'm going to help you get to team developer. But here's my last question, Trish. Do you want to make money slow or fast? And Trish says, last question, Trish, fast. Perfect. So I'm going to set the working rules with you, girl. Ready? I'm going to come 50% of the way because I'm going to work with you day and night. And I want you to come 50% of the way. And I'm going to tell you right now what your 50% is. Here's all I want you to do. All I want you to do is get this video into the hands of as many people as you can. I want you to send as many people as you can to this website, Trish. I want you to literally take your entire cell phone address book, your Facebook friends, Twitter, LinkedIn. I want everybody to know you started a business, and I want to show you exactly what to send these people. That's all I want you to do. I want you to open up your base to me. And here's what's going to happen, Trish. That's your 50%. My 50% is there will be people that are going to bite. They're going to want more information. And I got you on the follow-up. I'm going to help you with three-way calls. I'm going to do one-on-ones. We're going to do Zoom meetings together. And that's all I want you to do. And I know some of you are going, there's more to it. No, there's not. That's it. That's all we do. So Trish goes, got it. And then I say, okay, go to work. Here's the text message you send out. Let's go, girl. Start sending this out. And this is how we're going to get you to team developer. Now, if I show Trish how to become team developer, could she not then teach it to other people? This is how, and I know some of you are going, there's more. This is how the people are making the kind of money they're making. Why? Category creator company, category creator product. And everybody wants to be involved in something before it happens. And that's where we are as a company, guys. So Trish, I would tell you, okay, David, I would tell you, encourage Trish to get her business off the right way. Family pack or a premium pack, BioZen, and then let's go to work and show you how to build a very large company. That's all we do. So guys, with that, that's the presentation. Get started, get people, and then get people on the call Friday night. Work with the person who got you in the business. And then with that, this has been recorded. It'll be there. If you want to share the recorded version of this, you'll have the access also to do that real time. I appreciate all of you. For those people getting started with World Global Network, welcome to our family. Cannot wait to work with you. And I look forward to meeting everybody at one of our next live events. You guys, thank you so much.